The overwhelming and destructive effects of China's Three Gorges Dam revealed today. It is Saturday the 26th of February 2022, another month getting close to be done and dusted. But before we get on, prayer for a moment or two for the people, the normal folks, the civilians who are caught up in this horrible situation which is happening right now at this moment. Please do spend a moment of your time to pray for them. The power of God can help. Thank you. Okay, now I know travel to China is impossible at the moment. Well, near enough impossible. If you want to go, you would have to be in quarantine in a place for 3 weeks before you're allowed to do anything. Travel essentials. If you want to go to the Three Gorges Dam, how much is it? It's 105 yuan per adult. That equates to round about 16 American dollars. But it's not just the Three Gorges you can go and see. There are some other places as well. If I go to the next screen, nearby attractions, you have the Wu Gorge, the second of the Three Gorges, and is flowed through by the Yangtze River, famous for its mountains, covered forests with changeable clouds and mist reefing around the tops. There is the Chinese Sturgeon Museum. It is an institution dedicated to the preservation of rare fishes named the Chinese sturgeon, which have now come onto the extension list. And one more place of interest is the Huiling Temple, one of the oldest buildings in the Three Gorges area that was first built in the spring and autumn periods over 2,500 years ago. Let's have a look at the weather for central China for the next 2 or 3, possibly 4 days. To be honest, nothing much, so I'm going to put some music there for you so you can enjoy a cup of coffee, for example, while you watch Not a Lot. It looks like this. Now, this is quite a serious show related to the Three Gorges and a lot of academic studies there. And if I remember, quote, if I remember, I will put all the information that I'm reading at the end so you can read it in your own time. But the first one I want to do, wavelet analyst of dam injection and discharge in Three Gorges Dam and Reservoir with precipitation and river discharge. Are you ready? Wish me luck. The Yangtze River has been the primary support of the resources and transportation of China. The Three Gorges Dam and Reservoir on the Yangtze River is one of the world's largest dams. The influence caused by the dam and reservoir on the river system has been overwhelming and destructive. For better water resource and use of flood prevention planning, more understanding is needed regarding the dam's impact on the river discharge, regional rain and frequency of extreme rainfall events. The study of the Three Gorges and the river discharge in regional rain records and after the construction of the Three Gorges. This research examines the correlations amongst data collecting daily dam inspection and discharge. I'm going to leave it there for now because I think I messed that up anyhow. And I would love to know where they actually get all the information so they can write a PhD kind of article related to this. But you can see that it is constantly monitored, not just by China itself, but by students and universities from around the world. And for example here, you can see this one, research highlight. This is done quite recently. I think this was done in February this month, 2022. Earth scientists, or Earth sciences, and written by a Center of Umeology, University of Wisconsin, Madison. And I'm not going to read it, but you can see how seriously a lot of people take it, including myself. And these reports usually come out about once or twice a month. They're in very, very complicated English, but I will leave all this information again for you at the end. Now, let's go into something that we do understand. And let's have a look at the levels. And the levels look like this. Chongqing, Gutan is the same at 169.90. The Three Gorges level has gone down by 3 centimeters of yesterday, 169.60. So surely but surely it's nipping down, and the inflow and outflow as of yesterday and today seems to be becoming more stable, with approximately 8,300 inflow and outflow is 9,200 and something. So there's about 1,000 difference there. Compared to last week where the inflow was higher than the outflow, it seemed like there was a serious leak somewhere, or the ship's locks were malfunctioning and letting a lot of water out when they opened and closed the gates. It could be anything. China hydro giant will add wind and solar as dam prospects cool. Now, did you know that the Three Gorges Corporation is the biggest electric power company in the world? I didn't know that, and I did see an article on it literally today, but I didn't do a screenshot of it. But that's quite staggering. It's not just China's energy, it's also a lot of the world's energy as well. As we discovered in Brazil, as we discovered in other countries, a lot of these dams are built and poorly maintained by the Chinese corporation of the Three Gorges. But this was an article I saw quite recently. China is likely to see zero growth in power generation from hydroelectric plants this year, while solar and wind jump as much as 30%. Bloomberg Intelligence include Xinjiang wrote an article on Monday. There are also limited options for major hydro developments, with most of the easiest locations already utilized and the cost of these energy resources declining faster. So the next time you are overseas and you go past a dam, just maybe it doesn't belong to the country and China or the Three Gorges actually own it. And this would happen more in developing countries and rather than anywhere else in the world. It's the Belt and Road Initiative. It's the debt trap society. Build something, give them a bit of money, but you make a bucket load more. People say that China is trying to help people by developing their country, but it's a business. China always wants something back. China always wants something back. They're not going to do it for free, and these countries, they know that they can't pay their debts. China knows they can't pay their debt. So so they just get into a debt trap, and like in Sri Lanka, the port in Sri Lanka, it just gets taken over by the Chinese government, and it's a naval base now for the Chinese military in the Indian Ocean, basically. What is happening in the Ukraine-China crisis? How far China go in supporting Russia is an interesting question. I'm going to do some more reading now. Is China's foreign ministry giving a indirect hint to Moscow to cool off the invasion, even if Beijing doesn't want to use such terms? This is unlikely. It is more possible that Beijing will continue to apply, attempting to conceive the world in a peace-loving nation. Interesting stuff. Just the day before Russian forces began an early morning strike on the Ukraine, even their allies in Beijing appeared to distance themselves from it. Chinese officials held back from support of the Russian aggression, instead emphasizing that China's own fought geological situation stands apart. Taiwan is not Ukraine, Chinese ministry spokesman said, whoever that person is, on Wednesday. Taiwan is always an inalienable part of China. Well, you haven't done your history, have you? This is an indisputable legal and historical fact. Well, if you go into the history, not just the Chinese history, but the whole history of the island of Taiwan and Formosa, which we have covered in this, you will say that Taiwan is Taiwan and it's only been invaded by certain countries, but they didn't sign any treaty saying that Taiwan is part of China. It never happened. If you look at history, dear Chinese Minister of Foreign Affairs, I think you got that one a little bit wrong. That really brings us to a close for today. I'm not doing any video of exercise. I'm still going to continue to do the exercise, and maybe next week I will see how many push-ups I can do, and then we'll start doing this exercise. What's this one? I can't remember what you call it. Roll-ups, whatever. Thank you as always for your time. It's something I can never give back to you. My chair is falling down slightly, so I'm getting smaller and smaller. I should be back tomorrow on Sunday, and again a prayer for the civilians, the average Joe in the Ukraine who have been suffering against this Russian aggression. God bless everyone, stay safe, and thank you for your time. Bye-bye for now.